Hey fellow YouTubers, Roland Martin here, and today I want to take you bank fishing. I want to take you down in the Florida Everglades, and I got some nice canal systems to fish. And we're going to try to show you a couple ways to catch some big bass from the bank. Okay, let's start off with just a couple things I got here. I got a homemade topwater plug right here. That's really kind of cool. It's a homemade lure that I've made myself on a lathe. Okay, that's one thing. That's one. A second thing is a frog. I can throw the frog over the thick grass. It's a kind of a buzz frog, kind of a little buzzy tail. That might be a good deal. That's a choice. And also, I got to tell you, how many times have I said this? Hey, the Senko is king. You can always catch them on a Senko. So if the topwaters fail and the frogs fail and the Senkos fail, it means because there's no fish here, we'll have to go somewhere else. But let's try it right here. Just come on down to this area right here. I'm going to come down as close as I can to the water. Well, right about here. I'm just going to make a nice long cast right over there. Okay? Okay, now I'll hold my rod up, and I'm kind of a line watcher. Hold my line up in the air. I see a little bit of current there. A little bit of current. Oh, felt like a strike. Yep, a strike. First cast, son. Oh, what a big bass. A big bass, the first cast. First cast of the day. Oh, look at this guy. Oh man, you're talking about a big bass. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this big old fish. Oh, that's what we're talking about, son. That's what we're talking about. First cast of the day. I don't know if we're going to have that kind of luck again. That's something else. Oh, son. Big old 4 or 5 pounder. Woo! That's what we're talking about. Big old bass like this. Now, hadn't really fished here before. And I got to get him loose. Take my pliers. Just go right down here like this. Pull the hook out. Beautiful, beautiful bass. Look at the size of him. I haven't weighed him, but he's going to be over 4 pounds. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Let me throw him back in the water. I'll just drop him back in the water right here. Okay. Now that we're right in the location right here, I don't have far to go to get to the car. Let me make a cast from these rocks. I hadn't moved that worm but 4 or 5 feet. And all of a sudden I felt that telltale tap. Now see, that's one reason why I use braided line like I have today. Braided line allows me to feel things. And I'm way away, I'm making a long cast. So I'm going to throw back exactly in the same spot. And I don't know what we got here. I've never fished from this particular spot before, so I don't know. I'll throw again right there, same spot, pretty much the same spot. Again, hold my rod high. I'm using a prototype favorite rod. It's my favorite. It's a 7.4 medium heavy action, and I have a new favorite reel that I'm testing out as well. There's one. Oh, I think it was a cichlid. Something went tap, 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 kind of funny. I don't think it was a bass. Something went tuk, 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 like a bluegill. I might have dropped my worm, but my worm might be gone. Yeah, I don't think I have a worm left. So, let me go up and get another plastic worm. You know, I went into the car and I had more Senkos. I got a bunch more Senkos, but I also found a pack of these worms here. I want to try them as well. A little bit bigger worm. That was such a big bass. This is the 7.5-inch cuttail. It's a little bit bigger worm. It's a Senko in effect, but it's got a longer, more tapered body, a little fatter, and it's probably a better big bass lure than what I had on before. So that's 7.5 inches, and I come through the head of it about 2/3 of an inch, and I bury the hook. I go right through the worm, right like this, and go all the way through it. let it come out on the other side, and just let it sit right there. Now I have an 1/8 of an ounce little lead weight here. It's just a little 1/8 of an ounce weight. And okay, let me cast. These rocks are a little tricky. Okay, let's try another cast right there. A little bit bigger worm. I can throw a little farther with that worm. Let it sink, let it sink, let it sink. Now I'm holding my rod really high because the secret of worm fishing is to be able to feel the fish before they feel you. So what I'm doing is with this braided line, I got a nice loop in the line. I'm also watching the line. I'll just ease along real slow and easy. I'm coming, there's a little bit of current. You notice the current's kind of sweeping it through there? Ah, that's a nice bass. Big old 4 or 5 pounder, very first cast. Now that's something to say. Usually when there's a fish in location, like on that point right there, sometimes the first cast is the most important cast. And I've often just the first cast is the whole deal. So I'm just easing along. I didn't get a strike then. I'm going to throw a little bit farther to the right. And, okay. He's got it. But set the hook. Real hard, real fast. I don't know how big he is. He's not real big. Not real big. Just, he was running so fast, I had to real fast. He was running faster than I could reel almost. And that's the thing about having a high-speed reel. I got a high-speed reel here and I could really reel it fast. Okay, swim back, be caught again another day. I have to put another worm on. Okay folks, I'm all re-rigged again. What I did was that first big fish, that first really big fish hit this watermelon red color, and that's a watermelon red. It's a number 208, Yamamoto 208. That's the second most popular color. The first most popular color is regular green pumpkin, which I had that big 7.5-inch cuttail worm. That was a green pumpkin, but this is a watermelon red. That's what that first big one hit. So let's go try it again and see what happens. Ease down on these rocks. Don't slip and fall. Don't hurt myself. Okay, same spot. Make a nice long cast. Right in that same little slot. Check my drag. Hold my rod high. Sometimes you got to slow down a little bit. That's the thing about worms. If you think there's a fish there, you can really be kind of a real slow retrieve. Sometimes we'll really get them. And so I'm just going to ease it along, watch that line. Oh yeah, way out in the canal. There's a strike. I got one. I got one. Little one. Hey, at least it's a fish. It's right on that little end of that point. Not real big. See what happens with him. Pretty small fish, but hey, better than nothing. And I'll show you what he's got. He's got a piece of fish. That's some kind of a minnow, and I don't know what it is. I see the eyes. I don't know what kind of minnow it is, but here he is, full of a minnow, and he still hit the worm. So what do you know? There's plenty of fish here, plenty of food here for him too. We haven't found but that one big fish, so I'm about ready to leave. Well, I'm gonna go try another spot. We had not very good luck here. One real big one and then a bunch of little ones. So I'm gonna pack everything back. Okay, good luck. And I'm gonna pack this stuff in here and just head up to the next spot. Okay, let me take off. Okay, we're just going to try some other places. We're just going to go down the bank. This place is miles and miles and miles of canal. We'll try other places. As you can see, there's other anglers, and it's public water that I'm fishing. I'm not fishing in private water, and those guys have a nice little setup. But hey, it's a good setup too, just driving along until we find a good looking spot. Now you have to be observant. Another thing, I have good polarized glasses on. These are the Flying Fisherman series, and I can see with the polarization, I can see underwater grass beds, and I can see fish for that matter, but I can also see better just in general. I'm looking for little splashes and wakes. So as I drive along, I'm just looking for good opportunities, some good cover, some good submerged grass beds, a fish that might be moving. So I'm just going to ease along here and look. There's one. I got one. I got a bass. I got a bass. I got a big bass. Get a bass on the frog. Got a bass on the frog. Got a bass on the frog. Yes, sir. Big old bass. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big old bass. Yes, sir. Look at this guy. Yes, sir. That's good. That's what we want. Frog bass. Frog bass. Yes, sir. Now we're talking. Big old frog bass. Now, that was kind of cool the way I set the hook on that thing. He really took a good, big old beautiful fish. Let me show you what I did on this one. I'm gonna let him go, and I'm using a kind of a buzzy frog right now. It's really kind of a cool frog. And let me get it all lined up again, and I'll show you what I was doing. Now these have little tails, like a whopper plopper kind of a tail, and I'm screwing it in. I'll show you what I'm doing. This thing's screwing in right into that screw arrangement right here. Spring screw. And I'll screw the tail down. And now it makes a sound like the whopper plopper. That's what it does. And they're biting that thing pretty good. I've had 4 or 5 bites on it in just a little while. Oh, big one, big one. Oh, boy, what a big fish. Holy moly. That was well over 5 pounds. That was well over 5 pounds, and I missed him somehow. Holy moly, what a bass. What a bass. Holy moly. He got my frog. He completely destroyed it. Just stay right here. I gotta go get another frog. He knocked my weight out the back. He punched right through the whole skirt. The whole thing's all messed up. I gotta get another frog. I got him. I got him. Yeah, nice bass. He came right behind it. He came right behind it. It was so cool. There was a nice big bass too. Right, nice big bass. He came right behind it. Oh man, it's a good one. It's a good one. A good one. Let's see if I get. Oh, look at this guy. Big old 5-pounder, son. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, folks. Big old 5 or 6 pound fish. Woo, son. That's what frog fishing is all about. That's what the Everglades is all about. That's a big old fish. That is a nice one, son. Woo! Hit a frog. Okay, I'm gonna let him go. What a beautiful bass. Big old 5 or 6 pounder on a frog. Woo! Wowee! That was worth the trip down here. It was worth the trip. What I did on that one, folks, is I saw with my improved vision. See, I just had my eyes redone by an obstetrician in oh, there's one, another one. Yeah. This guy, Dr. Mike Collins, did some LASIK surgery on me, and I can see better now. And so what's happening is I'm seeing these fish to some extent. I'm seeing them come up behind the lure, just a little small wake. Now I didn't see this little one, but I saw that great big 5-pounder come up. He came up and made a little wake behind it. And when he did, I stopped the lure and let him suck it down. Boy, there's a big storm coming. Look at that thing. It's all lightning and heavy wind, really starting to blow. Hear the thunder and lightning right now. Hey, listen, I've shown you a few things on how to fish from the bank, starting off with a good plastic worm. That Senkos, a killer deal. And then as the day progressed, we got on this buzz frog. Caught some pretty nice fish. Had one real big one on, and then a couple more to hit at it. So you can see that the bank fishermen have plenty of opportunities down here in South Florida. I tell you, I just love making these videos, and I post every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, and I post every Sunday at about 6 o'clock. So I hope you watch, and I hope you subscribe, and we'll see you soon. I gotta go. There's a big storm coming. Ooh.